While Valentine's Day is typically associated with love and happiness, if you go back in time 75 years, on a fateful February 14th in the year 1951 to the legendary Chicago Stadium, you would be greeted with a beating that would be heard around the world, and would certainly not be the kind of Valentine's Day gift anybody would like to receive. In today's video, we will travel back to the legendary 6th and final match of the rivalry between American Boxing Hall of Famers Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta. Their brutal string of duels remains one of the most iconic and historically significant rivalries in the history of professional boxing. Rivalry is a bit of a strong term to consider, as Robinson was up 4-1 going into the last match of their historical 6-fight series. Their series of bouts defined the golden era of the middleweight division and helped cement both men's legacies as all-time greats. The two would first meet in the ring on October 2nd, 1942, where Robinson would come away with a unanimous decision victory. But in the rematch in the second match of the series, on an infamous February 5th, 1943, Jake LaMotta would become the first man to defeat Sugar Ray Robinson as a professional, ending a 40-fight unbeaten streak and sparking a rivalry that would shape the two men's careers. Reportedly, Robinson was knocked through the ropes in the 8th round from a devastating right to the body and a left to the head. Robinson reportedly lay sprawling outside the ring, and the referee's count was up to 9 when the bell rang. Saving Robinson from a knockout defeat, Robinson would rise to his feet and continue the fight, and LaMotta would eventually walk away with the unanimous decision victory, upsetting the undefeated legend and taking his O in their second meeting. Reports stated that in their first match, Robinson heavily utilized his defense and footwork to avoid LaMotta's heavy punches, which earned him the victory. But in their second match, Robinson opted to trade with LaMotta and slug it out, resulting in the knockdown and first loss of his legendary career. Determined to prove that this loss was no more than a fluke, Robinson would face LaMotta 3 more times following the defeat, winning by unanimous decision twice and split decision in their 5th match, setting up what would become their legendary Valentine's Day brawl in the 6th and final matchup of the series, which would end up being the most violent of them all. On February 14th, 1951, Robinson and LaMotta would meet in the middle of the ring one last time to determine who was truly the better boxer. After the glove touch, each man went back to their corners exactly as they had done 5 times before, preparing themselves for the battle that was to commence. In the first round, Robinson effectively utilized his jab and landed some nice heavy combinations. But it was LaMotta who looked the cleaner boxer in my opinion, with his crisp jab snapping Robinson's head back on multiple occasions, coupled with his beautiful body-head combinations that I think gave LaMotta the edge after one. Here you can see LaMotta double up on a jab that connects, then follow up with a beautiful combination that catches Robinson clean at the end. Robinson was forced to tap LaMotta several times to avoid his power, a smart move that also doesn't look great to the fans, and something that would continue throughout the rest of the match. The second round saw LaMotta start strong, but get caught with multiple heavy shots while trying to get his own shot off. Robinson stayed on his back foot for the majority of the round, mainly avoiding staying within range for too long, with less tying up than the first round, attempting to avoid LaMotta's effective jab, which snapped just like a whip. The second round was a close one and is hard to score, probably viewed as a swing round in my book. On to the third. Very strong start from Robinson, who comes out of the gate swinging heavy, trying to take LaMotta's head off, followed by brutal body shots in the clinch. The two engaged back and forth, with both men landing heavy blows, but Robinson edged the third on my scorecard, landing the cleaner blows and inflicting more damage. The fight so far has been a test of timing, with both fighters mainly fighting off of their very well-trained jabs. A close match so far. The 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds were not much different than each other, and saw LaMotta continue working beautifully off of his jab and noticeably switching to southpaw for brief moments to catch Robinson with his right hand, something that he would use with success throughout the rest of the match. Robinson begins to utilize the uppercut as well as still working his jab, always moving away from the heavy-handed fighter in front of him, staying on the back foot. It could be anyone's fight going into the 7th round. While Robinson is primarily focused on elusivity, his jab has been sharp all night, but LaMotta is hanging right there with him, whipping his jab and throwing heavy combos, crashing into the longer fighter in an attempt to throw off Robinson's reach advantage. LaMotta stays aggressive in the 7th, staying right on top of Robinson and connecting with combos that keep him on his back foot. LaMotta's head movement has improved through the rounds, ducking below punches and weaving away from danger when he's able. This was definitely another hard round to score, with both fighters landing solid shots and effective jabs throughout the round, likely another swing round on my card. In the 8th, LaMotta had his moments, again noticeably switching southpaw at times and working the body effectively. The round was mostly back and forth until Robinson exploded with a huge combination, catching LaMotta clean, causing him to start to take the round more cautiously. At this point in the fight, Robinson is really starting to put it together, showcasing beautiful head movement, working off of his crisp, strong jab. Robinson caught LaMotta with multiple body-head combos that definitely stung. Robinson takes the 8th on my card. Heading into the 9th round, both men are still very much in the fight at this point. While ringside judges had Robinson ahead by wide margins at the close of the 8th round, the United Press had LaMotta up 6 rounds to 2, proving how close of a match it truly was, while also probably highlighting the bias that Robinson was able to harbor. Robinson is connecting clean with his combos on several occasions, tagging LaMotta with huge shots, as well as mixing it up with his uppercut. This round was Robinson's in my opinion. Robinson still leading the charge, still looking very good with his jab, timing LaMotta every time he enters his range. At this point, the damage is really starting to accrue. LaMotta is no longer moving his head as well, and he's still walking forward, trying to keep Robinson on the back foot, but now he's walking into a lot of dangerous shots. The 11th round was not much different at first. Robinson comes out strong, tagging LaMotta with a few blows, then retreats onto the back foot and continues working his jab, until LaMotta found his moment and potentially began to turn the tides, as he backed Robinson into a corner and began unleashing everything he had in an attempt to get the fight back on his side. Robinson moves his head and ducks away from danger and fires back with his own combination to push LaMotta away. Robinson continued strongly through the round, firing devastating combos that continued to catch LaMotta clean, wanting to make it clear that no resurgence was going to take place tonight. The 12th round saw more of Robinson's crushing blows land flush on LaMotta, who was not firing back, was not defending himself adequately, and unfortunately for the Raging Bull, was more of a moving target for Robinson to hit at this point in the fight. While LaMotta was known for his grit and resilience, after going 64 total rounds with Sugar Ray Robinson up until this point in his career, LaMotta had taken as much of a beating as one man could handle and would be put out of his misery in the following round. The 13th round would be the final of the match, and by far the most brutal, with Robinson just absolutely pouring it on with no signs of stopping, hitting LaMotta with any and everything he wanted. Eventually, it was just too much, and the referee intervened to save LaMotta from any further punishment, earning Sugar Ray Robinson his 5th and final victory over Jake LaMotta, and finally sealing their rivalry with a bloody end. This fight truly showcased the boxing intelligence and skills of Sugar Ray Robinson, and duly highlighted the toughness and durability of Jake LaMotta, and overall that era of boxing in general. Guys were just made different back then, but LaMotta was truly one of a kind. Even though he was stopped in the end, he still went out on his shield and never stopped coming forward, trying to land that one perfect shot he was so confident in. Unfortunately for LaMotta, though, he would not go down in history books as the winner of this legendary rivalry. Many boxing fans around the world are very grateful for his participation, and we can all look back fondly upon the 6-fight series and remember the moment the Raging Bull was left brutalized on the ropes by the one and only Sugar Ray Robinson in the Valentine's Day Massacre at Chicago Stadium in 1951. Thank you so much for watching the video. Leave a like and comment down below what your favorite part of this incredible match was. And of course, rest in peace to both of the American boxing legends prominently featured in this video, who left everything they had in that ring.